Hello, beautiful friends. This app is so cool. This app is so cool. Okay, hold on, you guys. Yeah, I don't even know. I think I just wanted to see what this app was gonna be like, totally do. It's so awesome. Look how fun it is. I love color. I'm a color fanatic. Hold on just a second, you guys. Let me do some adjusting. How's everyone's day today? Say hello when you get on. I'm going to talk about some things that that's really been on my mind lately. And I feel like it's time that I share it with you guys because I feel like I'm completely out of it. Out of the funk. Y'all, the funk is serious. Okay, hold on. Oops. Okay. Hey. Hi, guys. All right. This is kind of challenging for me. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be vulnerable here. I'm going to be real with you guys. Woo. All right. Probably the beginning of this year, and for you guys, probably 6 months straight, I went through a lot of things, and a lot of these things made me really sick. And I think it was just like I don't know exactly what it was, but I went to several like naturopath doctors, and they tried to kind of just get me back on track. And you guys, it would come to the point where when I would be talking to somebody, it was just gone. Like, I've never really experienced things like this before that I went through this year. And I think it was a combination of stress. I think that all of the stress got to me. I was going through a lot of different things. Some of you guys know that our business went kind of under attack with this hater group, and they spread some pretty bad stuff about us. And I am so passionate about what I do and the products that I stand behind and the company. And I'm really, really passionate about my organization. Hey guys, hey Andrea, hey Kim, hey Brittany, say hello. And you know what? When you're that passionate about something, it really affects you when you hear anything negative. And man, it hit me hard. It hit me really, really hard. And so I was emotionally attached to this. And, we're not going through any of that anymore. Thank God. But, I felt like it was a spiritual warfare for us. And I feel like it was something that we had to go through at that time. But man, it knocked me to my ground. It did. It knocked me on the ground, and I struggled for a very, very long time because of the stress. Whew, I never knew that stress could affect you so greatly. It could impact you so much. And I saw my other market partners on my team going through things, and that affected me as well. I had some serious lies going on about me that could have knocked me to the ground. And I want to say this. Never believe the things that you hear, and hardly ever, ever, ever believe the things that you see. There you have it. And I learned that from my dad a long time ago, and so I've always played that into certain things that I've seen and that I've heard. I'm always like, no, you know what? I need to give them the benefit of the doubt, because there's always two sides to the story. And so, I went through that, and then I went through some things with some people that I held very, very dear to my heart, and there's some things going on there, and just you guys, and then my son being gone, and then me wondering if I should move to Washington State. There was just a ton of things, like nasty stuff going on, and it affected my mind, it affected my physical body, it affected everything, you guys, and I was in a serious funk. I changed my diet. I went completely organic. I was taking 24 supplements a day that I was recommended. I was doing all of this stuff, and I had my son doing it with me, And then he goes and gets braces, and he's in all this pain, and so I hurt for him. Y'all, I'm telling you. So how did I come out of that? And I feel so good today. And so I want to share this with you guys because this was real. This was real. I kind of separated myself from people, and I buried myself underneath this rock. And I don't make things public on my profile. I don't share any negativity, and so I was kind of absent. I was kind of absent with my team, in my team group. I was just trying to get myself better. I was trying to get myself well so I can take care of everybody else. You can't take care of everybody else when you're not okay. So here I was, and you guys, so I changed my diet. I started working out, and I found a Joy Buddy a while ago. I work out with my sister-in-law, and so I gravitated to people who lifted me up, who empowered me, who were nice. I separated myself from people who were bringing me down, and I surrounded myself with people who were nice. And that is a big deal. But I also had to really, because your mind is your biggest enemy. My mind can seriously tear me down and break me down so quick. Just like that. One stupid thought can knock me down and run my entire day. And I'm probably my worst enemy, you guys. And a lot of you guys are out there. And so I'm being vulnerable here. I'm putting myself out there. But some of the things that I did was I invested in my mind. I invested in self-development. I dug in, and I'm talking like devotionals, prayer. I never missed a Sunday for church. And, I just invested myself, my mental well-being into that. And it was included prayer. I'm not sure who your God is, but I prayed. I ate well. I worked out. I surrounded myself with good, positive people who wanted the same things that I wanted, that could share that joy with me. And I wrote down a couple things here, you guys, that really kind of just hit me. I came across this, and I was like, man, here you have it. You attract what you fear, feel, and think. And that's what I was doing. I was attracting my fears. What if this happens? What if that happens? I was going back to my old self that I didn't want to see 8, 7, 6 years ago. And I do feel like it was a warfare that I was going through. I felt like, what? Satan knew I was right here. Satan knew I've made myself up here, but he wanted to bring me back down to my past. That can't happen. You can't do that. You can look back and you can remember where you've come from and you can learn from that, but you don't ever go back, especially your mind. Don't ever take your mind back to where you were. And so fear, feel, and think. You attract those things into your life that you are fearing, feeling, and thinking. And so I invested my mind into positivity, you guys. And it helped, and I did it every single day. And whenever I got down, I turned on that music and I danced, or I turned on that devotional, I turned on that book, and I invested in that. Or maybe I did a phone call and talked to somebody, or I'm like, hey, we gotta go do lunch, we gotta go do something, Hey Jenna, hey Kim. And so second, we're all born superstars, okay? We are all born. God knows our name. He knew before we were even created that we were going to be here for a purpose, and we have to believe that. What is your purpose? Find your purpose and go after it. We were born superstars. You just have to pull it out of yourself. Nobody else can pull that out of you except for yourself. So you got to reach down. You got to find it in here. You've got to find what makes you passionate inside yourself, and you need to go after it. You need to rise above and be that superstar that we know we are, but we've got to bring it to the table, you guys. And we need to believe it, mentally believe it. So we have these little children. They believe it. They believe that we are a superstar. Why can't we? Be that for them. Be that for yourself, most of all. 3, visualize clearly, precisely, and frequently, and it will be manifested into itself as your reality. You guys, that's what I did. I was like, you know what? I accepted some of the things that I could not fix. I accepted that and I embraced it. And I was like, you know what, God? I'm thankful for where I am right now, but I'm not going back. I'm thankful. And if this is where I have to be right now, it's okay. It's okay. But I am visualizing and I am seeing myself up here, right? So you have to visualize it. You have to want it. You have to grasp it. And you know what? If it works, if it helps you, a few years ago, I had a vision board and I had all the things that I wanted in this life. All the things. And that was spiritually, physically, mentally, and that was carnally. And I was able to obtain that, you guys. And so if that is what you need to do, go do it. Go do it and see this every single day. Visualize it clearly, you guys. And it can turn into your reality. But visualization works if you work. Visualization works if you work hard. I know where I've been. And I've been in a place where I've used food stamps. I've been in a place where I didn't know how I was going to fill up my gas tank. I've been in a place where I didn't know how I was going to make that car payment. I've been that single mom that didn't know, okay? But because I was in that spot, I grabbed what I have right now and still have it today, and I grab it. And I worked hard. I worked hard for what I wanted, for what I knew was ahead of me. I worked hard for what I knew, what I visualized I wanted, because I knew I could attain it if I worked hard. I'm not even playing. Like, I'm here today in the spot that I am. I'm not going to get emotional because I worked hard and I believed in myself and I believed in the people around me. You have to want it though. You have to want this for yourself and you have to go after it. And first you have to make a decision. What do you want? What do you want? I knew when I was sitting behind a desk working for somebody else, you guys, you won't even, some of the employers that I've had to work for, mercy. I don't even know how I survived. I don't even know how I survived, but I'm going to tell you this. I knew that's not what I wanted in my future. I knew it. So make a decision and know what you want. Going into the next part. Decide what will be. Decide what will be. It ain't going to be if you don't decide. So who you will be and how you're going to do it. You know how to do it, but first you have to make a decision. You have to put actions in your decision. Every single day, be consistent in what you do and you will see the progress. But if you don't put action to it, and if you don't decide, you're going to stay in the same spot. Don't let that be your life. As you think, so shall you become. And so you guys, I was in a bad spot. I was in a really bad spot. And I'm okay to admit that, because if I can help somebody, I'm here. I went through that for a reason. I don't know why, but I did. Maybe God just needed to knock me down on my butt, and that's okay. I gave him glory in it, and I gave him praise, and I was like, help me get through this. As you think, so shall you become. And I didn't want to be that person, but sometimes you couldn't help it. And so you have to put work into changing it where you are. You have to put work into it. Next, you allow your thoughts to be anything you don't want. There we have it again. Don't do it. Don't allow your thoughts to be anything that you don't want. If a thought comes into your head, you know those thoughts. Oh yeah, we have them all day long. You know those thoughts. And I'm telling you, get it out. Get it out instantly. The 3-second rule, okay? Let's remember this. When a negative thought comes into your mind, you have the 3-second rule, and it's like, not today, Satan. And you're like, okay, start thinking on the things that you are blessed with. Start thinking, love yourself. Tell yourself, you know what, Janice? No, that's not it. They love you. No, that's not it. They need to hear this. No, this isn't it. They need me. When you start helping others, everything else falls into place. Everything else. Okay. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. So I'm going to challenge you. Try it. Try it and see where it goes. Okay. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So I want to challenge you guys to see something that you want and have your goals laid out before you. So one day, and if you do all of this, right, you stay consistent. Stay consistent, you guys. And I'm telling you, I was in some funk, but I did this every day, and I was still in some funk, and I was still, and then finally, through consistency and doing this, I reached my breakthrough. And I'm here, I'm back. Like, Janice is back. Glory, hallelujah. I'm not saying I'm anything. Don't even say that. I'm just saying I didn't want to be in that funk. I didn't want to, but anyways, okay. So laugh every chance you get. Oh, laughter is the best medicine, you guys. Laughter is the best medicine. I'm telling you, if you have children, if you have family, if you have animals, if you have whatever it might be, whatever you hold dear in your heart, you go and grab him. You go and grab that and you laugh. You laugh with it. And you know what? Lighten up. For real. Like, there's some people out there, they are foofas. They are foofas. And we heard about foofas at convention. These are people that pull you down. These are people that have a negative mindset. These are people that just want to weigh you down. And these are manipulators. Go away, foofa. Go away, foofa. Not today. Because guess what? I want to laugh. I want to think positive. I want to have the good things in this life manifested and brought to me. So don't let them weigh you down, you guys. And sometimes foofas need to know if they're foofas. Just saying. Say, you know what? You're a foofa. Okay, anyways. Embrace. I can't even read my own handwriting. This is horrible. Okay. Embrace. Yeah. Okay. Embrace your children. Embrace your husband. Embrace your wife and be grateful for what you have. It's not easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy, even though we kind of had like this little fairy tale, wedding, and we had this fairy tale image as, when we were a little child. I did. I had this fairy tale image, and I was going to marry young. I was going to have a bunch of kids, and then I had one. I'm like, ugh, one's good for me. Okay, but you guys, man, you never know what you have until it's gone. Now, some situations, I didn't have a choice, okay? I didn't have a choice to win that back. I didn't have a chance to, have my husband back. He made that decision. But you know what? And I went through a 4-year depression, you guys. I went through a 4-year depression. But, man, you know what? When I was in my marriage, I was unhappy. I was really unhappy. And I remember walking outside, and I said, God, I remember praying. And I said, you know what, God, if it would fill my loneliness, would you bless me with a child? And I didn't think I could have children, you guys. I felt like I went through one miscarriage. It was 5 years and nothing. And I doubted. I doubted it. One day, probably 6 weeks after, it wasn't probably, take that out. 6 weeks after I had prayed that prayer, my ex and I, we started building this retaining wall. And we were lifting these big, huge blocks, you guys. They were probably 20, 25 pounds each. You guys know this big, huge blocks for the retaining walls. And we're digging and we're lifting and we're stacking these. And my body said, stop. My body said, girl, you about ready to get sick. You need to stop what you're doing right now. Don't lift one more. And so I stopped and I told him, I said, you know what? I was seriously, I'm so sick right now. I cannot lift another one. And it was fine. I went and did something different that was lightweight. And the next morning, you guys, I woke up and I took a pregnancy test and voila. 6 weeks to the day. That's how far along I was. So I am telling you, your mindset, what are you believing? Oh my gosh, if you believe it, you can achieve it. You can have it. You can. I'm not sure why I felt like coming on, and this was hard. You guys, this was not easy for me to do because I've not went live and been vulnerable with you guys for a very long time because I didn't like where I was. But a lot of people don't like where they're at. But you can change that. You can change that. But you have to change that. Nobody else can do it for you. If you don't like where you're at, you need to change it. Change it, sisters. Change it. Anyways, you guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you guys so much. I love all your faces up here. I love all the hearts. I love everything. If you join me, please say hello so I can give you a hey back. I love you guys, and these are some of the people that I'm talking about, people that lift you up. Lee, Anna, Rachel, Ashley, all you guys, Chris, I see you, Julie, I see you, Gal, Marissa, I see you, Jenna. This is what I'm talking about. Surround yourself with people who love you, who care about you, who inspire you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if you don't have that for a community, I am telling you right now, you can. You can have this. You can. Talk to me. I'll tell you how you can. All right. Love you guys. Bye.